What's up guys, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you another Total War Rome 2 online battle. This is a 1v1 that I fought against Yawning Firefly, one of the latest member to the Wolf clan. And it's going to be a standard Nebrasena battle between two not so standard barbarian factions. I've taken the Odrysian kingdom and Yawning Firefly has taken Lusitani. So two relatively underpowered factions, one arguably a bit more underpowered than the other. Both of them extreme glass cannons, I would say. One of them has a bit more versatility and one of them has hoplites, so you know which one I'm talking about. So, let's take, before we start talking about the armies, let me just, first discussion point. I hope you guys actually like this. Whatever, even if you guys don't like it, I really like it. And for the first time I used it, I've seen a bunch of comments, good constructive comments, good tactical comments, First discussion point, how many hoplites would you field in an Odrysian Kingdom army? 0? 2? Or is it the maximum 5? In my opinion, I think having some hoplites at the very least is essential. The Odrysian Kingdom have access to 2 hoplites. They have access to mercenary veterans and to the regular hoplites. Now, the mercenary veterans are a very powerful hoplite unit. They also cost a lot at 840 talents, but they have the elite spear. They have almost everything going for them, including a lot of armor and good tankiness, good aggressiveness, blah blah blah. So very very powerful, units. The hoplites are not nearly as powerful and won't kill nearly as much, but they provide a 50% missile block chance. They provide great armor, and they are just very tanky units that can hold the line for a little bit. So maybe having some of them along with mercenary veterans, or having just 3 of them, will provide that much needed diversity and a bit something to offset the extreme glass cannoniness of Odrysian Kingdom. So yeah, that's the first. Let me know what you guys think. So in terms of the build, I've brought a couple of Thracian cavalry here with Odrysian Kingdom. Some of them who are already killing the Lusitani noble general, who's placed on one flank for Yawning Firefly. I've also got a couple of mercenary veteran hoplites. We've got a total of 6 Thracian warriors, a couple of Thracian nobles who, just like Yawning Firefly, have kept on the flanks because they are not a very sturdy unit and need a proper charge and blah blah blah. And that's exactly where you'd get the best charges on the flanks. Also brought a total of 3 Thracian royal cavalry, I believe, or is it just 2? 2 Thracian royal cavalry and 2 Thracian horsemen. And let's pause this. I've also brought a couple of spears, just to serve as a deterrent from enemy charges, from enemy cavalry charges, which it looks like he's intent on doing, Yawning Firefly. And I'm using the fact that he's charging in with his Scutari cavalry up in front means that I can rear charge with my Thracian cavalry, which is exactly what I'm doing, onto his 3 balearic slingers. He's brought a total of 5 Scutari cavalry, and besides that, he's brought a front line of mercenary veteran shield warriors, a total of 6 of them, and 2 Lusitani nobles. So he's overpowering his left flank, or my right flank, with his 2 Lusitani nobles, while keeping a relatively weak left flank, which I should try and capitalize. So let's go ahead and try and see how effective the frontal cavalry charge is. He's popped Frenzy Charge on all of his Scutari cavalry, which will instantly make them very tired after this. I wouldn't suggest anyone use Frenzy Charge just like this. Doesn't provide nearly as much of a charge bonus. Here I'm charging in with Thracian warriors all across the field. He's going to charge into my mercenary veterans over here and knock them down. I don't have attack orders with my mercenary veterans, so they're going to just stand there and take the second charge from the veteran shield warriors. Meanwhile, I'm killing off his balearic slingers, pulling away with the Thracian cavalry there for some reason. And here my spears took the brunt of the Scutari cav charge, and then my Thracian warriors will have a clean charge in there. But here the Thracian warriors just lost a shit ton of men to Scutari cavalry, even though I reinforced with my Thracian horsemen. Thracian horsemen will never win in that sort of battle. Here mercenary veterans just took the second charge. Now he's pulling away with his Scutari cavalry very smartly there. These Thracian warriors are at full strength, and they have an attack order on the Scutari cav and not on the veteran shield warriors, which could be a very important thing to look at. They are now chasing away my Thracian cavalry, who are attacking the balearic slingers, and have killed off a lot of one balearic slinger. Oh no, this is very bad. Still an attack order on the Scutari cavalry, but the Thracian warriors still get a lot of kills on the charge against these veteran shield warriors. These veteran shield warriors seem to be doing much better, because the initial charge was blunted by the Scutari cavalry. Now I'm pulling around with my Thracian nobles on the sides, and his Lusitani noble general is in a perfect position to get flank charge, but he's going to bring one of his Scutari cav here, and they're going to get a charge in on my Thracian nobles. But the Thracian nobles, just purely through their sheer damage, they're just going to slaughter a bunch of the Scutari cav because they got in their way. Here my Thracian warriors just got only 13 kills against his veteran shield warriors, and here his veteran shield, after the initial charge, my Thracian warriors have just crumbled, which is what you can expect, but they're much cheaper. They're around 420 talents. Thracian Royal Cavalry have caught the Scutari Cavalry and are destroying a lot of them because of their 15 bonus versus large and general awesomeness. Here, charging in, just toppling down some of the Lusitani nobles while my general comes in, and I've popped Headhunt. He's popped and I've popped Battle Rhythm on my Thracian warrior. I guess that's a misclick on my part. Now I'm using Hoplite Phalanx, and that means these guys are bugging out and they show their rear to the veteran shield warriors, which has cost me one Mercenary veteran Hoplite at 840 talents. And now I'm using my Dacian Spearmen to catch the Scutari Cavalry, along with my Thracian Royal Cavalry are doing very well. I did click an attack order with these guys, but they already got attacked in the rear and they've lost a shit ton of men. When I think the veteran shield warriors are a unit that can be good enough to kill off a veteran shield, Mercenary veteran Hoplite can be good enough to kill off a veteran shield warrior in a frontal engagement. Here, Lusitani Noble General down to 70 men against my Thracian Nobles at 97, but the Thracian Nobles die very quickly because they just don't have any melee defense. They have very poor melee defense, so against a unit like Lusitani Nobles, this is a very interesting little engagement because the Lusitani Nobles have excellent melee attack, so they have a very good chance of hitting. And when they do hit, these Thracian Nobles don't have any chance of blocking that hit. So that means the Thracian Nobles will lose a lot of men. Here, Thracian Nobles got attacked in the rear. They're killing off a bunch of the Mercenary veteran Hoplites, but they're losing a lot of men because they're getting attacked in the rear. You can't... That's the thing with the Thracian Nobles. If they were in a different faction, they could be probably or most likely the most powerful unit, but because they're a glass cannon unit with other glass cannony units, you just need to get the timing so absolutely crucially right. Otherwise, these guys are just going to do stuff like this: drop down to 52 men and get only 80 kills against pretty substandard barbarian infantry. To be quite honest, here my Thracian nobles about to get a double XP chevron, but you know, considering the position that he was in, considering that he got a flank charge, this is very poor. This is very poor performance from him. Compared to that, my Thracian Royal Cavalry, who I would always recommend as a general, is getting a lot more kills. You know, with their maneuverability, they can, you know, rear charge, counter charge, blah blah blah. The Thracian Cavalry here just took a volley to the face. They've done pretty decently, I think. I mean, in just causing sheer havoc, they've done pretty decently. The Thracian Cavalry got 109 kills. The Spears is going to hold down some of these Lusitani nobles and provide a very shaky anvil for my rather powerful Thracian Royal Cavalry hammer. Here I'm charging in with my Thracian Cavalry, just toppling down some of his veteran shield warriors. They will take quite a few casualties on the charge, but all these javelins will destroy a lot of my Thracian Royal Cavalry. Here, Thracian Royal Cavalry just going to destroy a lot of these veteran shield warriors at the very least. But for the most part, you know, these units, while they are very good, they're not good. They're not good enough for you to win the game just with them. They're not cataphracts or something like that. And each charge that they take against non-formation attack units like this means that whenever they try and pull away, there are going to be some units that you know, just chase them, and they're just like pesky little units. So that's why I'm going to charge in with my Thracian Cavalry here, hit a lot of them on the front, and then come in, head them in the rear in true Blade Master fashion. You know, he likes to hit people in the rear, hit it from the back, you know, and then topple down a lot of these Lusitani units, get a bunch of kills, lose a couple of men, and that's the problem. See, now they've gotten back up, and it's very difficult for me to pull out of this engagement without taking a lot of casualties. They're down to 46 men, but you know, they've gotten 237 kills. That's more than both the Thracian nobles combined. And this Thracian Royal Cavalry had 135 men with a double XP chevron. They've also done their job. You know, they're a little bit cheaper than the Thracian nobles, and they've done a far better job. And crucially, these are discipline boosting, morale boosting units that can very well stay into the late game as long as they don't get javelin to the face repeatedly. And at this point, it's very difficult for me to win this. His Lusitani noble has suffered his general has suffered a lot of casualties, but he has a Lusitani noble here that provides encourage bonuses, and they have very good morale. And his veteran shield warriors, the biggest thing about them is that they have very good morale. They have 65 base morale, which is just 5 morale short of being elite tier. I think it's the same as no, it's actually higher than the sword followers of the bow. But now I'm going to go ahead, charge, hit his general. My Thracian nobles are very tired now. They're tired, and the Lusitani nobles, they get crushed on the charge. I'm going to pull through, kill off some more of his units. Somehow his general is still alive, And I have the maneuverability, but he has just sheer numbers of very, very strong units left. Veteran Shield, if he didn't have this Lusitani Noble, or if it was only at like 20 men left, then I would have been able to win this. But I don't think I'll be able to win this, which is why I'm going to try and put this in cinematic mode. But I believe at this point, I go ahead and, yeah, we rest up. Because I still believe that I have a decent shot at this, but in all honesty, I don't think I do. Because, you know, this Lusitani Noble will still get a lot of kills because of their high melee attack against damaged Thracian Royal Cavalry like this. And I want to kill off his general, which is in the center, which is going to be impossible for me to attack. So let's go ahead and suffer like 30 seconds of awkward silence until I'm going to be... Oh, these guys are already active. I think I should be able to get a charge in now. Or maybe now. Or maybe now. Okay, they're fresh. I really should charge now. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and put this in cinematic mode. So these Thracian Royal Cavalry already super in damage, but I turn around at the last second so that he pops Headhunt on his units and sort of wastes a head, or he pops Battle Rhythm and wastes a Battle Rhythm that way. But now I just decide, you know, enough is enough. I'm just going to go ahead and charge. Oh, actually, no, I don't. What is with this pussyfooting mind games that Blade Master is doing? I guess I charge in here with these Thracian Royal Cavalry, slaughter a bunch of the Veteran Shield Warriors, pull through, hit the Lusitani Noble, and then I'm going to charge in from the distance with this Thracian Royal Cavalry against that Lusitani Noble. They get a counter charge, but they just get slaughtered, I believe, on the charge. But Thracian Royal Cavalry here, they've done a fair bit of damage, but just not enough. These Thracian Royal Cavalry, 261 kills. He's popped Headhunt, which means I'm going to have to pull out with my other Thracian Royal Cavalry, but they're taking so much damage now. And his general is dead, finally, but against units that have 65 and 70 morale, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world. It is going to certainly damage them a fair bit, but, you know, with the balance of power in his favor anyways, there's just not much that the Thracian Royal Cavalry can do but put up a fairly strong fight before they die. So yeah, Shaken army losses. These guys have gotten almost 300. Let's see if they can hit 300 kills. 295. Yeah, they're going to be able to hit 300 kills at the end of this charge. 301. There we go. That's why these guys are so good. I really like them. And that's the problem. That's why I think in a Lusitani versus Odrysian Kingdom fight, Lusitani always has the upper hand, because they have the flexibility of bringing a lot of good balearic slingers. Sure, the slingers didn't do much, but honestly, yeah, I could have probably won this if the Hoplite Phalanx bug didn't work, and if I didn't bring Thracian Nobles, or if I just brought one. But fair play to Firefly. You can see that his Skirmishers cavalry didn't seem to pay off, but they did crucial HP damage on a lot of my very important units, like my Thracian Nobles. They disrupted the charges of my Thracian Warriors. They basically sacrificed themselves, ate the charge from the Thracian Warriors, and in turn his Veteran Shield Warriors did a lot better than they usually would have. Because the Veteran Shield Warriors, I think on a frontal charge, as you saw, they take around 50 casualties on the charge. The Veteran Shield Warriors take around 50 casualties on the charge against these Thracian Warriors. They're just so strong. So yeah, very fun game, and let me know how many Hoplites you would bring. Let me know if you think this army was a good enough army to bring, or maybe I should have brought more Thracian Royal Cavalry. I certainly think I should have. But yeah, let me know what you think. Anyways, guys, stay tuned for more. Peace.